We have 2 now instead of 1, that's another difference.
If you look at Saginaw, they've got 3, and they're paying 65, and we're paying 8,000 for there's several cities that are, for the deposit, that's what I'm getting at, it's,
You know, they're estimating their cost at 8,000. They're estimating our cost at,
Who is they, Tarrant County?
Tarrant County. They're estimating our cost at $10,000.
What was it last year?
It was about half that last year, but then a lot of that was because of the COVID. The Commissioner's Court cut the price of it last year.
but if they've got 3 sites and we have 3 sites, why would there be a difference?
Well, you got
That's it, 2.
Well, that's,
Is it based on volume?
Can't be
okay,
based on volume.
Well, I mean, they could have 2 doing more voting.
I think about Saginaw's volume versus ours. Ours, 3 to 500.
Kendall's got 2 and theirs are 7,000.
Well, this is,
It just seems odd that ours seems a bit higher than.
I can talk to Hunter about it before it's signed, it's no big deal.
The final price is on.
Yeah.
Deposit doesn't matter, it's the final price.
But it's time to make a decision.
Well, we need to approve the contract with, and y'all can direct me to talk to him about the cost.
Okay, do we have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the general election agreement for election services with Tarrant County for the election May 7th, 2020, general election, with the stipulation, Marvin, check on why we're being charged more.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, all in favor? All opposed? Motion has it. Discussion or action on applying...
Let Steve Strong.
I'm sorry, Steve.
I'm just going to re-emphasize what has already been said, now that I'm involved in this. Election or
I can't hear him.
I don't hear what he's saying.
there's a bunch of examples that we look at.
He said he was reiterating the same.
I'll find out what it is.
He said like US is much, much bigger than us, and it's not shown there, so. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there, Steve.
No, that's not.
Yes, sir.
Next item, sir, I'm sorry.
I already said it. Don't worry about that, it's ch02, high-density material bond.
At the last meeting, I believe I brought before you this project and done some more research, and because it was a little sticker shock because we were trying to put 2 years into one, it was over $200,000. We went back and looked at the streets and also brought you in your packet some pictures of the streets that were done in Hearst 3 years ago. They're still black in your packet. So the product is working and it is holding up to what they're saying. What we'd like to do as staff is we'd like to do Roberts Cutoff from River Oaks Boulevard to Blackstone, Blackstone from Frontier to Churchill, Bird, and then Woodlawn Street. With Blackstone still being in the project and the school's participation will still be there, I need to get with them on that. But they still have a commitment to us.
Say they're part of it,
Yes, sir.
of this addition.
When that Ohio Garden.
One of the concerns about our garden is working with the gas company up there on Roberts Cutoff. They're looking strongly, because they are going to replace the line on Merritt, and they're looking in that whole quadrant area, so I'm having some discussions there with them about that.
So they're talking about digging up our new street.
There could be a possibility, but if they are, it will be very less than what you see on Roberts Cutoff. I've had commitment from them. They said they're aware of the new streets, and they're taking a look at it, and they're running up their higher chain of command. Now, we did...
Once they cut it, though.
Well,
They're the same.
Well, they're talking about potholes.
they're talking about actually doing a different type of cut, with a bore cut with a machine and then the vacuum would actually take that core out and set it to the side and replace it back. And then once they complete it, then we could cover it up with HA5.
It sounds like actually a better use of the HA5 if you had a bunch of repairs like that, to put a fresh coating over the repairs, if you know what I mean.
Now, whether they do Ohio Garden, that's still debatable due to the fact that I've talked to them in the past prior to us doing Ohio Garden, and now it's something about that they're talking with their higher-ups, if they want to do that whole area or not.
I hope not.
And did we leave a test place like we talked?
The test place for,
We were talking about leaving a small strip uncoated so we could have a test.
we'd still have the,
Age difference of one that's been treated and one that isn't.
yes, we'd still have we'd still have Ohio Garden, and we'd still have, Roberts Cut Up, that one section up there.
Okay.
We could do, test bases on that.
So when are these 4 streets done? They're not all the same year, right?
Yes, it'll all be done, this summer.
No, but I mean the original laying.
3 of them were done the year prior, and then the Roberts Cut Up was just done this year. From the boulevard.
So, when you look at the north end of Roberts Cut Off, it's older than these other 3, Blackstone Road.
Correct, sir.
And you wanted to do some of the newer ones to see?
Due to the fact that, the gas company is, now that we're doing so much road construction, even though we had, previous conversations with them, they're really looking hard at replacing. They replaced most from the manager I'm dealing with now, they replaced most of everything that the Railroad, Commission required them to, and now they're looking at their own program, which is, to replace steel lines. And they went from that was mandatory by the Railroad Commission, now that they want to replace their old steel lines in the system.
Okay, thank you.
I have weekly conversations with him now, constantly.
And it just seems every time we put a road down, somebody finds a reason to cut into it.
Yes, sir. And that's one of the unfortunate things about streets is, I can't, even though we put brand new utilities under them, I can't.
Yeah, I know.
Knock on wood, no.
Did they, similar question, did they finish the boring underneath Roberts Cut Off there by CBS?
Yes, sir.
And that went okay?
Yes, sir.
David did the street?
To my understanding, it is complete. I'll double check on that.
That was for fiber optic?
Yes, sir. Just a one line over for the CBS. That's my understanding. Now, you will see us, there in the approach part of the driveway, not the actual road, but that is, the city got a small repair on a sewer line, but it's in the approach. And then also we're going to install a new, stormwater inlet right there. But it's all off the roadway and asphalt, and it's actually in the concrete approach. You'll see that in the future. We're planning that project out. Have any questions on, the product or?
Any of this you're recoating, is it, you'd mentioned one time before, one of the streets is already cracking. Is this gonna go over that street?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will have an actual comparison. What did it do to save a street that was already starting to fail?
Yes, sir.
That's kind of nice, if you could go fill the cracks and do that maintenance, and then put this on top, I would be
See
curious
how much longer it lasts.
whether that would help keep the...
Yes, we already,
I know it.
the Woodlawn and Bird, sections both have cracks in them, and we sealed them already, and we'll reseal the remaining cracks that showed up this year.
And do we know why would they have cracks this early?
No, sir.
Does that have to be a text?
Other than the ground is around River Oaks moves a lot.
I know that, yeah.
More than any other place in my career.
Really?
Yes, sir.